Alright, hello and welcome back to Quest for Glory 5. Our wizard Darkwolf has just completed the Rite of Conquest, or at least we have defeated General Claudius and claimed his shield, so really no one else can complete the Rite of Conquest. And before we go off to the Hall of Kings, we're just going to make a couple of quick stops. Most notably, we're going to go see Phobos to offload all of the excess gear we're currently carrying, which has us heavily overloaded, particularly since we don't need any of it. So let's run across town here. We'll go see our kind and welcoming half-horse, half-human. Not really half and half, let's be honest. But it's close enough. See the way that our stamina is just plummeting every time we take a step.
The Rite of Conquest sounds like it will weed out the wusses. We'll see who's the real warrior around here.
He does love this idea of a real warrior.
You look like you could use a good spear.
Not quite our style.
If I was a few years younger and didn't have to think about my family, I would have entered the Rite of Rulership and shown you what a real warrior
Everybody's
is
got
like.
excuses.
I'm always ready to buy back weapons now. There's quite a market for the used weapons with the threat of mercy.
Alright, and what do you think of the Rite of Conquest?
That General Claudius has a reputation of being a good leader. Wouldn't surprise me none to learn he has a fortress hidden somewhere. He'll have the place well defended, not like those little fishing villages you guys claim
No, there's a pretty endless number of enemies in the fishing villages and a pretty limited number in the fortress, just saying.
Magnum Opus will win this one. You'll see. He's my bet for the next king of Samaria.
Alright, let's make a sale. Got 14 shields.
You think I'm made of money? We got a deal.
We have this magic axe, which I never use it. It's pretty cool. This axe glows with magical power and gleams with the sharpness of its blade. I'm going to continue to not use it until we can get one.
Nice.
And only 4 swords.
You think I'm made of money? We got a deal.
And 42 arrows.
Nice.
And we still have our one little dagger and the Atlas armband. Alright, let's move on. Now we're going to make a stop off with Salim and Julinar to hear how Ugarte is doing. And we don't really need any healing pills. I suppose we can grab a couple of stamina pills, why not?
Γεια σας, μιλάτε ελληνικά?
Well, why that don't be the first thing to enter the world.
Ugarte is really lucky to be alive right now, even if he is still unconscious. That poison is nasty stuff. It was sure a good thing that you happen to have those poison cure pills handy.
It is. Thank you for making them.
Welcome. You have proved yourself a hero once more with Ugarte.
Right.
We are used to dealing with many rare plants and minerals here, but I have never before encountered the main ingredient of the assassin's poison. It must be a very rare plant.
Oh man, using a sweet innocent little plant to make a nasty poison. That's like really mean.
Salim.
I have been tending Ugarte. It is most sad that with all my knowledge of healing, he is not getting better.
Any knowledge of this poison that you've gained yet?
Even after the poison cure pills, the poison remains in Ugarte's system. He is alive, but he will not be well until we find the antidote. May your path be guided by your wisdom.
It's a real trip to see you again.
Alright.
I'm happy to know that the poison cure pills helped Ugarte. Of course, they didn't actually cure him, but at least they kept him alive.
Not a bad consolation prize.
I think that more people will be buying poison cure pills now. So if you use any, be sure to replace them before you run out of them.
And how about the poison? Any knowledge?
I'm trying to find a true antidote to that really freaky poison, but it's tough. It's got some rare kind of stuff that I've never seen before. Watch your step. Sagittarius is rising early, and it always makes him cranky. You never want to cross a cranky constellation, you know. You might become its arch enemy. The Zodiac never lies. Old Sag is a straight shooter.
And we'll just buy a few more stamina pills. Alright, let's move on. Can also pop over to... yeah, definitely want some more mana pills. We burn through those like nobody's business. Anything to sell? Let's keep the dagger, just in case we need it. Alright, so... just another big chunk of them.
I thank you for doing business with me.
And we can get a couple of mana potions just as sort of backups in case we ever need them. Don't know what it'll give them to us for.
I thank you for doing business with me.
And if we happen to have any physical cash left on us, we can give that to Sam the banker, so we don't have to carry it around. I don't think we have a huge amount, especially after making those purchases.
Hey there! How's the next king of Silmaria doing? Got some more money to invest, I hope?
Deposit.
A drachma saved is a drachma earned.
We were carrying most of it. Alright, let's move on. And we'll head up here. We can read the notices before we go to the Hall of Kings, see if there's anything interesting. So this is all of the contestants and the standings after the first rite. We are winning, and then everyone else is unranked. Villages were invaded. The fishing villages around the shores of Rites have been invaded by mercenaries from the northwest. Contestants of the Rites of Rulership are expected to drive the mercenaries away soon, followed by Naxos freed. The fishing village of Naxos has been freed from the mercenaries by Darkwolf, the Prince of Shapir, and Kokino Pokamisu assassinated. Kokino, a member of the Silmarian Guards and competitor for the Rites of Rulership, was found murdered at the crossroads. A dragon pillar was shattered near his body. He died bravely in the cause of our kingdom. He shall be mourned. The right of freedom. This is saying that the contestants must free a fishing village from the mercenary invaders and return with the sigil of the village. And then the right of conquest is that the competitors must find the location of the Hesperian mercenaries' fortress and defeat their general. The person that returns the general's shield shall be deemed the winner of this quest. And finally, there was a robber that was arrested. Who knew? Orestes, formerly a sailor, was arrested and found guilty of bank robbery. He broke into the safe at the First Bank of Silmaria and stole the drachmas stored there. Orestes is currently in the Westgate jail. Reward goes to Darkwolf, the Prince of Shapir, for his apprehension of the criminal. That's all the news for today. Alright, let's give our shield here to the guards.
You have won the right of conquest. Everyone will be summoned to the Hall of Kings.
Another person missing.
The shield of General Claudius has been brought back by the Prince of Shapir. The invader base has been destroyed, and our kingdom shall remain free from their menace. Behold the winner of the right of conquest. However, again, tragedy has struck the rights of rulership. Magnum Opus was found dead outside the city beside the dragon pillar to the east. This was not a noble death. This was murder, pure and simple. All of your lives are in great danger. Take care and be wary always. Go now, mourn our fallen comrade. You will all be summoned to the next rite of rulership.
The loss of Magnum Opus doesn't bother me nearly as much as losing Kokino Pokamisu, who is way cooler.
The Hesperian mercenaries were vanquished, and Silmaria stands proudly. General Claudius was defeated. There is one enemy of this kingdom that has long been a foe for long centuries. It has the soul of evil, and thus draws evil to it. While it lives, there is fear. While it breathes, there is anguish. You will have to journey to the heart of terror and pain. You will face fire and fury, and above all, death. Journey to Hydra, there to face the creature that gives the island name. Teach it the fear and pain it has given others, and destroy it. Return with its teeth to prove your word. This is the rite of valor.
Oh, well, they're not messing around with this one.
This rite of valor is a throwback to tradition. The Hydra is a monster from antiquity and is seldom defeated. It cannot truly be killed, for it regenerates from any injury. Your greatest challenge will be in getting to Hydra Island. It is beyond the area where the fishing boats can safely travel.
All right. Well, it was very nice of them to send us right over to Rakesh, since we were going to want to talk to him anyway. Let's hear what his thoughts are on things.
I am frustrated and angry, and Silmaria feels like a cage. The assassin is waiting somewhere nearby. I am certain of that. I am afraid I am not the calm paladin I should be right now. Forgive me, my friend. The assassin is just a tool, and his master is the one that enrages me. I want vengeance rather than justice for the wrongs he has caused.
It is not very paladin-like, but it is understandable.
Logos insisted that the Hydra would be the rite of valor. He thought that it would get you, Elsa, and Gort away from Marit, and thus you would be safer from the assassin. I argued that by turning your back to a murderer, you only get struck from behind. You should be seeking the assassin rather than fighting some fabulous beast. Minos sided with Logos, and so you are seeking a monster rather than a madman.
Thoughts on the Hydra?
The Hydra is a three-headed dragon. It is almost entirely immune to magical spells. It can only be injured by a magical weapon. Not even the legendary heroes of yore could defeat the Hydra by themselves.
Interesting.
With the defeat of General Claudius, I do not believe we will be troubled by an invading army anytime soon. All who wage war knew of the general's reputation and respected his abilities. They will not dare to share his defeat.
And your thoughts on Magnum Opus?
Magnum Opus was found murdered on the road west of town. He was slumped against the broken dragon pillar. It was just like Kokino's death. This is no mere assassination. It is a ritualistic murder and has a darker purpose than we now know. We must learn the purpose of these murders and stop it before the murderer accomplishes it.
All right, now let's get on with our day.
Be particularly careful right now. I have a bad premonition of impending violence. Get down!
This, quickly obey Rakesh's order. Rakesh, no! Let's get him a poison cure pill.
What has happened? Guards, to me! Trouble!
Right in front of where guards are.
Rakesh is unconscious, but he will live. He was struck by the poison, and without your antidote, he would be dead. You acted wisely and quickly. Rakesh is a paladin and does not believe in revenge. However, we all believe in justice. This assassin must be found and pay the price for his actions. Find this assassin, Prince of Shapir, and make him face justice.
All right, you're escorted from the hall through the corridors of the Hall of Kings and eventually led out of the gate. Wow, that's quite the event to have unfolded before us. I think we're going to have to, again, visit a couple of people we were just speaking to. Talk to Chakra and see how his dad's doing.
Rakesh is still alive, but he remains unconscious. If it were not for your quick actions, he would be dead. I thank you deeply.
Hello?
I cannot thank you enough for saving my father's life. The poison remains in his system. Julinar and Salim are trying to find a cure. Until they do, Rakesh is being kept alive by
And how are you
antidote
feeling
pills.
about things?
I am taking care of Rakesh in my quarters. When he regains consciousness, I will let you know. I am certain he will want to speak
Alright,
with you.
fair enough.
Take care. The next assassin's blade may be for you.
That's scary. Now let's go speak to Salim and Julinar.
You sure had a close call there, man. That cool lion guy is still alive, but it'll be a while before he's up and around. We don't have a real antidote for the poison yet.
Keep working.
It is always a great pleasure to speak with you. Like Salim, I am saddened that we cannot find cures to the poison in the drug. We are doing everything that we can to aid the victims, but little has helped them.
Alright, can you tell us about the poison?
Until we discover the missing ingredient for the poison, we cannot make an antidote. It is probably a rare flowering plant, but it is not one of which we know.
And we know a lot of plants. There are the pretty flowering ones, the common garden variety herbs, and of course, trees are our best friends.
Your friend is still in a deep coma, but he is alive. When we have an antidote, I am certain he will be well. May you always be so fortunate as to choose the right path.
You know, people are really lucky to have you for a friend. You save their lives and find them wives and all sorts of really
Couldn't think of a third
things.
rhyme?
All this poisoning and drugging and murder is a real downer. We came here to help and heal and spread the good word about macrobiotic back rubs and pyramid power. Instead, we wind up trying to cure nasty poisons and dealing with dirty drugs.
Macrobiotic back rubs. Gets me every time.
This is a really bad trip, this poison. It's got snake spit and spider bite and toad oil mixed with arsenic and belladonna, and some plant we've never even seen before.
And how is Rakesh doing from your perspective?
Rakesh is a really tough lion, man. There's enough poison in his system to kill 5 men, but he managed to survive thanks to the poison cure pills. He'd be dead for sure without them. Way to go! Come back soon.
You know why he's so excited? I guess because we kept Rakesh alive, maybe? Alright, we have one more person to speak with to get some advice on how to handle this hydra before we set off. Not only do we need advice on how to handle the hydra, we need to get some advice on how to get there. Well, let's pop in here, speak to our friend the adventurer.
Hi there. Hear you're out for a little monster mashing soon. That hydra is impossible to kill, you
I
realize.
guess.
I read about you and the Rites on the announcement board beside the Hall of Kings. Doing pretty well for yourself,
Got a new name for us?
Curious sort, aren't you? Well, here's one I was called a bit before your time. She called me Silver Tongue when I seduced the Ocean Queen, and I favored her with flowers which my love had never seen. Though I loved her, soon I left her, for our love could never be, for I needed air to breathe in, and she ruled beneath the sea.
All right, and how are you?
I'm starting to get out more now. Got to build up some muscles before I go adventuring again. Besides, the women like a man with muscles.
Let's try to learn a little bit more about this hydra.
The hydra is immortal. Can't be destroyed, but it can be defeated. The only part that can be damaged are its heads. Unfortunately, they grow back as soon as they're cut off unless you burn the stumps. Once all the heads have been taken off, the thing takes a long time to heal back up. So, for all intents and purposes, it may as well be dead. Never made it to Shapir in my travels. Have to make some plans to visit the next time I go adventuring.
Tell Dad we said hi.
Fighting the Hydra goes back to the days of Hercules. It takes a great hero to take that monster out. Remember, that hydra is tough to defeat. You'll need all the healing you can
we
take
also want to
with you.
read this book here. Glancing through the book, you see many myths and legends of this land. The book looks fascinating. One story tells how Hercules defeated the monstrous Hydra with the help of his nephew Aeolus, who burned the Hydra's heads as Hercules chopped them off. Alright. And then another story relates how Hercules went into the depths of Hades to rescue his friend's wife from the dead. And one tale is of Daedalus, who made wings by placing wax and feathers on a wooded framework. He and his son Icarus used them to fly away from Marite. However, Icarus flew too close to the sun, thus melting the wings and plunging to his death. And I think there might be one more thing to read there, yeah. One story tells of how the winged horse Pegasus sprang from Medusa's blood, spilled when Perseus cut off the Gorgon's head. You come to the end of the book. All in all, the myths of this region are fascinating and well worth reading. Alright. Now, we're going to head over to Science Island. We're going to make use of some of the cool items they have there. Not to mention some of the items that we have found. So let's ring around this Rosie here. Keep going. See how many tries it takes us with our full force build spell this time to make this thing work. Maybe I'm supposed to hit the box down below rather than the lever. We'll see. Let's just try to remember to actually hit the brake this time. Every now and then I just forget for no particular reason. Alright, let's jump in. Now let's aim low. It seemed to work last time. There we go. Now, if you remember our daytime doc, Dr. Mobius, unlike his nighttime counterpart, prefers an anchovy and artichoke pizza. Currently, he won't allow us to touch anything, but if we provide him with a little culinary expertise... Oh, that's right, I can't do it there. There we go. Let's come down here. Offer him a pizza.
Why, this is quite marvelous. An anchovy and artichoke pizza, the ultimate combination of ingredients. You have the makings of a true scientist. Feel free to look around and learn what lessons you
Let's do that. Now, if you look over here at this framework is too unwieldy to remove from the wall right now. You'd have to carry it on your shoulders, and that would look really strange. Didn't realize we'd mind so much. We're going to put the beeswax on the frame. You apply the wax to the frame to create a wing-like shape. And then, take one of the feathers here. You attach the feathers to the soft beeswax and create wings. I suppose we can also look quickly before we go anywhere at the map and see that Hydra is right down here, so that's where we're going to be heading off to. You place the wing harness over your shoulders and you now wear the wings like Icarus. You cannot wait to test these wings out. I love this launch. Hey, it's working. Alright, let's flutter around like a beautiful butterfly. Try and head towards Hydra. Wax in your wings is beginning to melt, and your feathers are starting to molt. There is a time limit. Usually we don't have to worry about it because we get here in plenty of time. Glide to a splintering crash that destroys your Icarus wings completely. Alright, let's head into the Hydra lair. Now before we do anything, we want to do this, which is get out one of our amphorae and collect some of this goo coming out of this tree. You gather some goo in your container and store it away for later use. You can look at it and see what it is. Sticky sap wells forth from the small tree. You'd best keep your head away from it, alright? Now, let's get our mana pills back out. And we're also going to change some of our spells around. Resistance helps protects us from heat, lightning, and cold. I don't know if that's going to help us here. I think it's worthwhile. We also definitely need to have Flame Bolt on. And then, let's see what we can do to try to harm this thing. We've been told that it's pretty resistant to magic, but I don't know, I guess we'll just have to do our best. Cast our protective spells, and start with Force Bolt, see what happens. Well, that didn't seem to do much. How about Frostbite? Is that hurting him at all? Not really having much of an effect. The spell does not seem to affect this creature of limits and regiments, but...
You look as if you could use a little help.
Please.
Mind if I join you?
Let's say hello to Elsa, our hero.
Oh, I have no doubt you are pleased to see me here. Misery loves company, yeah? I have gotten here by Minos' ship. We had to battle some sea people to do so. I can understand why the fishermen do not dare come here in their little
Let's
boats.
ask what she knows about the Hydra.
It is very ugly and obviously tough. Working together, though, we should be able
and
to
let's
defeat
tell her what
it.
we know about defeating the Hydra.
If what you have heard is correct, then perhaps I should do the fighting, and you should burn what is left when the
Seems
head is chopped
reasonable.
off.
We're not exactly warriors ourselves. Just stay ready. Feel very ineffective here. Maybe we can dazzle it. I've never really tried that before. That didn't seem to do very much. So we'll just keep standing and waiting, watching Elsa do battle.
I have taken too much damage. I must heal myself.
I like
Excuse
how
me for a
polite she
moment.
is. Hi, I'm almost dead. Please excuse me. Hey, there you
Burn
go.
it now.
Alright, one down. The side heads really won't attack in the middle here, so we're just gonna kind of hang out now. Pretty safe while Elsa runs around. Keep our spells up, just because, I don't know, feels lazy not to. Although, lazy is kind of the name of the game for what we're doing here.
I have taken too much damage.
Okay.
I must heal myself. Excuse me for a moment.
Oh, and she's back.
Burn it now. Quickly, set fire to it
Trying
before
to.
the head
I don't know why
goes
it's not
back.
working. There we go. Oh, or not. What the heck was that? I don't think we have to burn it from up there. Well, that was annoying. I don't think I've ever had that happen before.
Burn it
Try.
now.
Alright, I guess we just had it at a slightly better angle. Kind of weak. Go over a little bit. Suppose we could go up there with our magic dagger and help out a little bit, but I think we'd probably get in the way more than anything else. This is usually the easiest head to kill. Gets most interrupted in its attacks when it's being hurt.
I have taken too much
back up.
damage. I must heal myself. Excuse me for a moment. Burn
Over
it
here.
now.
And there we go.
That did it. We have defeated the Hydra.
Alright, now let's search the Hydra's mouth over here. Below.
You've got the teeth to prove you won this ride, but what is my reward for all the effort
Pull
I
out
went
these
through here?
scales and these teeth. I wonder if we can offer to give her the teeth. Ooh, I hit. Let's see what happens. Kind of wish she would have come down here, so we have to run all around.
You give these to me? This will mean that I shall win this ride. I thank you. I did not expect this generosity.
Sure, why not? We'll win all the others. We can be polite this time around. And let's head back and try and find some cool gear. See if Elsa finds anything that strikes her fancy.
I knew it. I was certain that we would find something in this cave worthwhile. This magical bow will be all the reward I want from here. I will return to Silmaria. It has been interesting working with you. I will see you at the Hall of Kings.
She'll magic her way out of here. Let's grab some dough that's on the ground here, a magical helm. And then if we come over this way, there is a chest back here, which, let's get out our detect spell. Actually, we probably just cast from here, but we will want trigger, I believe. Alright, where's detect? Status as a hero makes you magical. And then, so we found that magical trap. Let's trigger it. Trigger the trap in the chest with dramatic results. That's kind of dramatic, I guess. Oops. And let's see, do we physically open it or cast open? A whole bunch of money, a shrink spell, and some rope, and magic chainmail. Let's take it all. Alright. That is all we need to do here on this island, so let's head home. And then, I think that's pretty much all we have to do today. We can go down and get dinner, and also we can have a little chat with Gnome Anne. She might have some news for us. No, not necessarily news, but a little bit of an update.
Huh, sugar pie? We'll make that bye-bye pretty soon. Oh, the mortgage is due and I'm out of moolah.
Ooh, let's hear some more about that.
Nice to see someone who's not totally depressed right now. I'm singing the blues, boy, for I'm going to lose. I've sunk all my savings, and lo and behold, the inn will be repossessed, and I'll be depressed. That louse gets the house, and I get ousted. This gnome's on her own, with no home.
That's a lot of puns in rapid succession.
Ferrari'll take this shack back, Jack. The inn's out, without a doubt. Old Fezhead will probably turn it into another saloon.
Now let's hear more about her mortgage.
I took out a loan from Ferrari to pay for this place, and now he wants his money back. I can't pay him, so he'll take the inn instead. If I had more time, or more money, or knew someone who could paint good, I'd fix this place up and show Fez Face a thing or two. I'd give his inn some real competition. Say, Ferrari knows you. He dropped your name when he came by. Maybe if you talk to him, you could get him to extend the deadline. Would you do me this teensy little favor? I'd be very thankful. And I'm sure the cooks will be very grateful you saved their jobs for them. They'll fix your favorite food and everything.
I don't know how much Ferrari cares about our opinion, but I guess we can talk to him.
You know, dough. Money, honey. Cash on demand, man. Drachma, yeah? Nah, not me. It's no joke. I'm flat broke. Pretty pleased with strawberries. Will you talk to Ferrari about my loan, Ranger? I'd be happy to refund every penny rent you've paid so far.
We will talk to him, but maybe a different night. For now, I think we will end things here, and when we come back, we'll have to deal with the conclusion of the Rite of Valor, and then we'll see what's going to follow after that. I'll probably do a little bit of training this evening until tomorrow morning, but either way, we'll come back when it's time to wake up and see what else is going to do with those teeth. So, till then, see ya.